Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. I'm Billy, the host. Welcome back to the show. 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 I'm Billy, the host.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Billy, the host. We're joined today by producer Trent Ludzack. Hello. We're in Trent's unnamed studio in beautiful Marietta, Georgia. And our guest today is a comedian, actor, improv comic. Everyone, please welcome Andrew Chance.
Yep.
Wait, are you still working at the Cowboy show?
Yeah, I just came right
Are
from
you
there.
cool with talking about that?
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah, because...
I mean, I already say some fucked up shit on stage about it.
That's super interesting. But I do think like that was my initial thought, and I don't know. Obviously, I don't know anything about anything, but I thought we were basically showing off that we have this technology to somebody else who might be working on the technology. When I saw the UFO,
That would make sense. It's one of those things like those guys go on Rogan, and I always wonder, like, are they like plants that he doesn't know about? Like, are they using his show to get across propaganda?
Yeah. Well, they're not letting Rogan run free, you know. That much, right?
Yeah.
He's already compromised. I'm sure. They got him. I just like you can't get to that level of influence and somebody not come knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Because they really are like, I think you see how fragile society is with like the COVID stuff and everything, man. It was tough to get groceries.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That definitely was like the turning point for me. Where I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I guess people will lose their minds.
Yeah. They turned that one area in like Portland into a
man.
like an occupied zone.
Chaz.
Something. That's crazy, dude. Autonomous zone.
Yeah.
That seems wild, man. Like, I get the idea. You're angry at the government, so you want to, like, tear it all down. But then you got to think about, like, who's going to stop people from committing crimes. You're not going to get everybody who has the most empathetic values and, the best intentions in mind.
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of a good example of what happens if you just tear apart the government. You're going to have warlords, and that's kind of what they had, the beginning of a warlord.
It becomes Mad Max.
Yeah.
So
I just want to insert the thought of think about how good the government does at stopping crime.
Well,
Is it better?
depends on which
I don't
crime.
know if it's much better.
But
because if anything, the government is creating crime by making stupid things illegal.
I think the problem is the government is much better at committing crime than they are at stopping crime. Even though they are good at stopping crime, they're much better at
They're not
committing
good at it.
crime. They're not that good
They're
at
barely passable, if that.
Well, now that we live in a surveillance state, things might start to change.
Yeah.
You
I
get
feel
what I'm
like
about.
part of the reason, like part of the stopping crime part, is just people being like, oh, we're in a good society. So they like kind of chill out on some shit.
Yeah.
Versus like what happened there, like at Chaz. Like, because if you do per capita, the crimes committed in that area, it's probably pretty fucking high by comparison.
Right. Yeah. Higher than Cobb County, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because people don't
Yeah.
commit as many crimes because they're afraid of some good old boys.
Oh, yeah, like that
door
Kennesaw law? As you're talking about the guns?
Well, just the Cobb County police are known for being a little overzealous.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're pretty militarized around here.
Oh, man.
I call that excited for work.
Yeah, they're very eager about protecting and serving the community. And we love them for that. You know? I'm just saying, people think twice before they go to Cobb County to commit a crime.
Yeah.
They did. They shot down the MARTA here, though. People say that's racist.
Oh, kept it from coming to here? Yeah. Well, man, whenever, like, they had a expansion of MARTA in Atlanta a few years back, and they had this big vote on it. It passed. But I was totally against it, because if you looked at the actual fucking laws, it was just expanding it to the rich parts of town.
Right.
And it was like, man, like, the poor parts of town are still fucked.
Yeah.
And those are the people that really need that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these laws are stupid, like these, like SPLOST dollars and things. It's like, what are we doing here? Can we fix the the potholes in Atlanta at least.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
can we make sure there's no like rogue screws? I feel like there's a screw in my tire like every freaking 3 weeks living in Atlanta.
Man, yeah. I had 1 year where I got 3 different fucking flat tires. But that was because of where I work at Six Flags. They're kind of messy with leaving their screws around.
Just throwing screws everywhere.
Yeah, man. So just driving through the damn parking lot. 3 flat tires in like 3 months. The third time I went into Discount Tire, because luckily I still had that fucking like, that you can buy a little warranty thing. So I was getting it replaced for free. But the third time, that guy was looking at me real suspicious.
Like, dude, it's Atlanta.
He thought I was
Come on,
scamming
man. Yeah. How many tires does this guy have?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, here's the hole from last time. So where are these screws coming from? Yeah. Dude, luckily there's a tire shop by my house that will like plug it up in 10 minutes and charge you $20.
Nice, man. That's good.
And they'll sell you a used tire for $40. So, yeah. That's how long have you been doing the Shenanigans comedy show
shit.
at Six Flags?
Since 2011. So this will be 13 years, I guess.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay. So what, you were like 21 when you started or something?
I was 23.
All right.
Yeah, I was 23.
Damn.
It was pretty shortly after college.
So, man, over 10 years now.
Huh?
Over 10 years now, right?
Yeah, like 13 years.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
A long time.
That, I don't know. I remember going to that show. They've been doing that show forever. I remember when I was a kid.
Yeah, they've been at Six Flags since 1993.
1993.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. I was born in 92.
What?
I was born in 92.
92. Oh,
So,
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, since
Man.
I can remember, they've been doing the comedy cowboy western show.
Yeah. It's 31 fucking years.
You like doing that show?
Yeah, it's fun. It gives me a lot of because I'm the manager out there, which I probably shouldn't have said because now everybody's going to hit me up. Hey, can I get a job, bro?
Yeah.
I got some of that.
Dude,
but,
my favorite was a certain comic, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, showed up to the audition in the full cowboy.
Yeah.
Suit.
I love that
was
guy.
funny as hell, too. I don't know, man. I just love the commitment to the bit, man.
Yeah.
One of my favorite comics to see in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. That was funny as hell. We'll give him credit. Jerry Truman.
Yeah.
Because that's
It was
just a
great.
funny thing to do, dude. Show up to the audition in a full cowboy uniform.
I hope he got the job.
Well,
Nah.
yeah. But I mean, you're doing comedy and you're acting.
Yeah.
So you're getting your chops in. Have you ever thought about like going to one of the bigger parks like Disney or
Well,
Orlando?
it is like a contracted company. So the company's actually based in Texas. I don't know about Disney, but I bet Disney does everything in park. They probably don't contract shit out.
Yeah.
Not positive.
Yeah. They do everything internal. for
Yeah,
sure.
they seem
But
real.
those people really enjoy their jobs.
Oh, you mean going there myself?
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do? Not really. I mean, I don't know. I like what I like. Part of the reason I like the show is that it's like rough and rowdy guys, and it's always been a bunch of dudes like fucking with each other in the back. Like there's a looseness.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about saying this or that or whatever. It's like a fucking crapshoot back there. Anything goes.
Yeah, those kids don't care at all.
What?
Those kids don't care at all.
The children. Yeah. Yeah, but then you're going out there, man. You're making some little kid's day. They never seen
Right.
cowboys.
That is one thing that I
Crazy, yeah.
always try to remember. And there was like a certain number of years in, I was like, oh, wait a second. This is a new experience for a lot of people often. Because, I'd have my days for sure starting out where I was like, man, fuck this show.
Yeah.
Just go in there like half-ass it.
So
And
I-
later on, realizing it's a unique experience for somebody,
It's hard to go out sometimes and just like do the same show and then like do it every hour
Yeah.
for 8
5
hours
times a
or
day.
whatever. 5 times a day?
Yeah.
So how long is the show? 20 minutes?
It's
15?
about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes goes over. Sometimes we go a little under because we can, swap bits in and out that we want to do. And
Yeah. So
we
you get to have
improvise
a little bit of creativity, like
yeah,
you follow the script, but then you can throw in a couple things.
Yeah,
that
for
you know
sure.
I mean, you ever get somebody on set like in the show with a bit that they didn't know you were gonna throw at them?
Oh yeah,
Make 'em
yeah.
break
That's
character.
definitely like so. We often have to schedule because we're always hiring new guys. Because part of the thing is people. There's a lot of turnover because it just doesn't pay that well, and
Right.
a lot of people are trying to find other gigs.
Just to
and
jump
stuff.
it off, it's a resume buff, right?
Well,
Acting gig.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's that.
I can see it as a first acting gig for a lot
Right.
of people.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. And it's also just like it's good because you get repetition at least with acting.
Yeah.
So because a lot of time acting is just sitting around fucking waiting.
Right.
So you don't get a lot of experience out there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of DIY actors out there. you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Like
And
I'm gonna throw a play at the
Yeah.
Waffle House parking lot. Like,
yeah, like 7, man.
yeah, there's a lot
I
of
love that,
DIY
like-
comedians for sure.
Yeah. There should be more DIY acting and shit like that, but
We could throw a production. What
Yeah.
should we do? Fiddler on the Roof?
yeah.
We can do it at Corey's shed.
Corey Shed?
Yeah, my friend Corey has a
Oh.
shed.
Oh.
We can do a play there.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
Yeah. You didn't let us use the shed.
Yeah. Do Fiddler on the Roof and just cut it down to like 15 minutes.
You ever thought about doing like Civil War reenactment?
No.
I guess those are DIY actors right there. Nobody's asking them to do that.
Definitely. There's some of those like I've seen them.
Do you want to turn on the
road.
neon? I realized we didn't teach you how to
The what?
turn the neon lights.
Oh shit!
Press on,
Hold it?
hold the whale, yeah, and then you can change the color. There you go.
Hell yeah!
I just realized. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Is it going to change on its own over time, or do I pick it?
You could choose. That's the party one. You have to be fucked up to put that one on.
Well, I thought this was for Pride Month.
Oh yeah, well that too. Whatever you want it to be.
Okay, there we go. I'm evil now.
Yeah.
Nah, we're actually taking
Well, that one changes.
we're taking the rainbow
Not
back
evil anymore.
actually on this show.
I don't know how they work at all.
We're doing what?
No, I said we're actually taking the rainbow meaning back in this show. It means party now.
Yeah, if you're partying, then you turn the rainbow on. And
Hey,
that's
they've changed their flag. They gave it up. It's ours now.
Yeah, they got a bunch of pastels in there now.
Yeah, they put a bunch of different things. They put like hieroglyphics on it now and whatnot.
Yeah.
They're trying to get like secret society with it. I think they're going to
Yeah.
be at the Bohemian.
They're the
Grove soon.
worst secret society.
Can't stop talking about it.
They used to be a great secret society, you know? Nobody knew about them.
That's messed up. Yeah. That's a weird thing to think about. Like people used to kill each other over that stuff. Like,
Yeah, well, they still do in some countries.
yeah. Well, yeah. Not any of the ones I live in. Because I live in the only one, the greatest one. We're the best at committing crimes, and that's why we're the best country.
Hell yeah.
Because every country's got a few crimes under their belt. What other country could you go live in that doesn't have any war crimes? Name
Yeah.
one.
I can't.
You got to forgive a couple war crimes, right?
Yeah.
You got to think about the founding fathers or the Boston Tea Party threw all the tea over some taxes, and then they like started a war with that, and we let our government do way worse stuff.
Yeah.
That was the first crime we ever committed as
Throwing away
a
tea.
nation was just like vandalism,
Yeah.
rioting, and looting.
And then we got more badass.
And here we are today, rioting and looting.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. Because all the European countries did something, something messed up.
Yeah.
A couple
Yeah.
crusades.
In a way, almost like probably becoming a country has to have some violence. Because you have to be like, this is my fucking territory.
Yeah.
Stay out of it, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what makes me kind of believe some of the conspiracy theories about Antarctica is because, like, you're telling me that everybody just decided, yeah, we're not going to go to Antarctica. We're going to leave it alone for science reasons. When in the history of Earth has any country ever not just said, I'm taking it? Like, it's mine. What do you mean? If you want it, come and get it, bitch. That's what every country.
So people think
in the
that
history,
there's like a country there, like a secret country.
No, they think there's something like they're drilling into the center of the earth and releasing like ancient Scientology spirits or something like that.
Yeah, or like the Rock.
Yeah,
The firmament.
yeah. Whatever. They're controlling the weather over there or something.
Well, that one's true.
Yeah, there's a lot of conspiracies about Antarctica, and that's the only reason I kind of entertain those is because it's like, has there ever been a time where somebody would, if there's some unclaimed land, somebody's gonna be like, it's mine. Well, I own it. What are you talking about?
Maybe they're trying to keep Krampus a secret.
And they're all just
real.
like, yeah, for science. That'd be cool. They put Krampus in the Call of Duty game at one point.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was kind of fun. Oh, no. You say you were playing Super Nintendo. Did you play a lot of video games?
I don't really play a lot of video games too much. I was just house sitting at my sister's, and she has a bunch of old consoles. Yeah, I used to love the Super Nintendo as a kid. And Goof Troop was one of those games that I rented, but I never got to beat.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to fucking beat it tonight. There's only 5 levels.
I never played that game, Goof Troop.
It's
play
silly.
as Goofy
it's
and
like
Max.
a bunch of, Goofy or Max, and there's puzzles. And you can play together, so you could have a Goofy and a Max.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just little puzzle games.
Yeah, I never played
We
this
rented
game.
it from like the Blockbuster, you know? You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to rent all kinds of things with my, like, after a while they gave you the card. Yeah. Well, we were at the PC shop, so we were just burning CDs anyway. So we burned so many. There's got to be a big binder full of CDs somewhere. I lost them all. I'm not good at taking care of things. Plus, you can find any movie you want to watch on the internet for free, which will probably go away at some point. But right now, the internet's kind of still the Wild West a little bit.
Yeah. Would it be bad to say where you can find it for free? Are we going to spoil it for everybody?
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
You don't want to blow up the spot.
Yeah. My guess is not Pirate Bay. That's where I used to find a lot
Pirate
of
Bay,
shit.
I think they had a big lawsuit, so I don't think those guys run the Pirate Bay anymore. There still is a Pirate Bay, but last time I downloaded like a software off of there, I tried to crack it, and I ended up getting a virus. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the FBI is running that now. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, me too. I definitely never downloaded anything on the Pirate Bay.
I did back in the day. I got more than one cease and desist letter from Comcast. Yeah.
I never got that bad.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. And
Man.
one time my roommate got one for downloading a porno movie. And it said that, maybe this was just a scam, but it said the name of the movie in the letter.
Oh,
but it looked
man.
like a real Comcast letter that I'd gotten before.
Yeah.
And so I had like roommates. It wasn't me. I had roommates, but I like texted the group chat. I was like, who the hell is downloading like Alexis, Texas? Like, whatever it was. Like,
Man.
something stupid.
Was that back before you? I mean, it couldn't have been before Pornhub.
Yeah, it was just dumb that he was downloading
Yeah,
it
when
in
you
the
download
first
that shit.
place. I was like, what are you?
He liked it that much.
Yeah.
I need my own copy.
Yeah, I guess the video wasn't loading fast enough or something. That was one thing. It used to make me sad, man. I would see these old dudes just like getting computer viruses once every 2 weeks, and I would check their history, and it would be full of porn.
Damn.
Like, just every porn. That was all he was using the computer system
Yeah.
for. But he was getting viruses all the time because he's clicking on freaking ads in the margins and stuff. And I want to just tell these people, like, look, man, here's how you look at porn without getting viruses.
Yeah, yeah.
Let
You
me
ever
give
try
you
telling
a
somebody?
class. I'll charge like $500 for that. and I'll do it at the Senior Citizen Center.
Yeah.
A computer class, and I'll call it a computer class. And if it's all dudes that show up, I'll be like, "This is how you look at porn without getting viruses." Then you don't have to spend $150 at the computer store every time you want to look at porn.
Man, and
because at that point,
if they're clicking on the ads too, they're clicking on like single women in your area, ding ding,
yeah,
shit
maybe.
like that.
Just crazy ads. I don't know, man. I don't click on the ads because those were created by the CIA.
Of course.
That's what I think.
Hell yeah, I mean, I don't know why anybody would click on
How is there so much spyware and malware? And what do they really get out of spyware and malware? I don't understand why so much of it exists.
Yeah, I've never considered that. I've never wondered what the end goal is.
Because you don't really make money. My computer store is the one who makes money off of it. So why do it in the first place?
Yeah.
Some people pay the ransom. I do understand the big cyber attacks, because those companies really do have to pay those scammers. And then maybe the feds end up finding those people eventually. But
oh, they have to pay them. The companies have to pay them to stop.
there was a big cyber attack recently, like a automobile software got hacked. Look up automobile software if you can, please. Thank you. Automobile cyber attack. Yeah, it happened recently.
CDK.
Yeah, CDK was cyber attack. I guess it's something they do for like estimates or something. It's like a parts database or something like that.
Oh.
They got hit with the crypto attack where it encrypts their entire server. So, dude,
Man.
somebody found a vulnerability in this company, encrypted their entire server, and said you have to pay us like whatever the ransom is, like probably $10 million or something.
Damn.
To unlock your files.
Huh.
And they are fucked, dude. There's nothing they can do because it's encrypted. So,
Yeah.
not even like a supercomputer can decrypt it. And that would cost more than just paying the ransom anyway. So they have to pay that ransom.
That's
Nothing you can do.
So those are the new top criminals.
Yeah, they did it to like a medical company, and they had to pay it. And I don't remember if anything ever came of that. I'm sure somebody finds these guys eventually.
Yeah.
Like some intelligence.
It's pretty cool, but at the same time, it makes me wonder, is that why we got to pay more for shit?
These are real hackers, man. That's not why. That's greed, I think.
Yeah.
When you look at the richest people on earth, think about what they're doing. Like, love or hate Elon Musk, at least he's doing something, right? At least he's doing something progressive.
Yeah.
But Bezos going to space with William Shatner, I took that as an insult a little bit.
Yeah, it's
I was like, that is just like, that's pretty ballsy, dude. Like, you don't remember the guillotines. That was only like, that was like 500 years ago, right?
It was less than
Like,
that.
1,000 years ago,
right?
maybe. When was the French Revolution?
I looked up the last public use of a guillotine recently, and it was like the 1971 or something.
What? Not for racism. Say last use of a guillotine not for racism. In France.
1939.
1939. Whoa. What was he, a pedophile or something?
Serial killer and criminal.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Murdered and robbed 6 people, including an
I'm
American
talking about-
dancer. Oh, he fucked over an American? Fuck that guy.
Only we're allowed to commit serial killing.
Yeah,
and
we're the only ones allowed
crime.
to chop off heads.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, going to space with Pete Davidson on board of your rocket. It's
Pete
just kind of
Davidson
a
was
middle
on there
finger.
too?
Yeah, he was supposed to go, but he didn't go.
Oh.
Probably because he didn't want everybody to hate him more than they already do. That's why I wouldn't go. I'd be like,
Oh, man.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you could pay every Amazon worker a decent wage. You could.
Yeah, yeah.
If you didn't go to space with
Yeah.
William Shatner. You could pay them a little bit more. That's what I would rather do is like if I can make somebody else's life better thanks to the work I'm doing, then I would rather do that than like party on a yacht and like hang out with bitches or whatever.
Yeah. When I was younger, I think I may have rather wanted to party on a yacht.
With some bitches, yeah. Everybody has to try it once, but you can rent a yacht. You don't need to own it.
Yeah, right.
Right? You don't need to be partying with bitches every day.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm just saying if the choice is I get to party on a yacht with 10 bitches or 10 of my employees get to live a better lifestyle than they did before, I would choose that one most of the time. Maybe, because
it'll make I feel like that makes your job better too, because you're going to work with people that are happier, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, hey, what I get to do what I like to do, and these people also get to do what they like to do, so everybody's happy here.
Yeah.
That's why I can't even remember how I got on Bezos, but not Bezos in particular. Like Zuckerberg too is another one. That guy's just like a slimy worm.
I think a part of it comes down to like they're like disconnected from regular society because they're so rich and they're so like they're in this weird world. You know, it's like I feel like they probably don't see regular people too often.
Yeah, there's got to be some validation thing there. Like they didn't get something out of childhood, so they gotta like if they're the richest guy in the world, then somebody thinks they're cool and like that's like I guess that just drives you. If you're like, oh well, if you think it's cool that I have $20 billion or whatever, then I guess I'll make another $20 billion. And some of them do, you know, they do create some jobs and shit like that. I'm just saying you could do more. There's a lot people could do. We have homeless people all over the freaking place. And it's not that they're like lazy or like that. Most of them are addicted to drugs or they have mental illness or both.
Yeah.
And a lot of them got both of those things in the military.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there's ways, like, and also, like, people's rent is way too freaking. That's how we got talking about it because how everything got so expensive. Yeah. It's just like greed. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm real fucking lucky with my rent right now. It has gone up, but it's like little tiny amounts. I'm like, please don't shoot up.
I saw people just raising things up and being like, oh, inflation. Inflation is just something they make up so they can charge more.
And whenever you raise the fucking rent, it makes inflation worse.
Yeah. Everybody be happier. Everybody would stay where they are if you lower the rent a little. Like, I remember when I first got my first apartment out of, in like college or whatever. It was like $900 a month, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Now a 2-bedroom apartment costs you like $2,000.
You're saying $900 total, right?
$900 was base rent, maybe.
And you had a roommate or somebody you were living with?
Yeah, I had 2 roommates.
Oh, okay, man.
And we were at one point we put all 3 beds in the same bedroom so we could have a hangout spot in the other bedroom.
That's funny. I had for me in college, I had a house. It was a 2-bedroom, and it was $600 a month. It was fucking great.
A house?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was living out in Carrollton.
$600, but still, dude. The house in Carrollton right now costs you $1,500 at least. 2-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house.
It was rented.
I don't know where Carrollton is.
It's like an hour west of Atlanta.
Okay, near Villa Rica.
Yeah, probably 20 minutes south of Villa Rica.
University of West Georgia.
Yep, that's where it was.
That's all.
And it was right beside the university too, so I could walk there.
You ever do the Hickstown Brewery?
The what?
The Roots show.
Oh no, Hickstown.
Hickstown Brewery in Villa Rica.
Oh no, I haven't done that.
That was a fun spot. I think that guy ended up cheating on his wife or something. The owner of the brewery.
Okay.
Not rude. He was all right.
Yeah. So it's not a show anymore?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. I never even heard of Hickstown. Do they still exist, the brewery?
I think so. It was a tough show because it was all of the brewing, like whatever they're called, were in there, and the sound just ricochets off of those things. And
oh, they're open.
They're open? Oh, I don't think they still do this show. I haven't done it in a while.
So you could hear the damn things working while you're doing the show?
Well, it's not that. It's just that the sound would bounce off of the metal, tanks.
Gotcha.
And it would just, echo all throughout and just, I don't know.
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
didn't sound.
Just bad acoustics.
Yeah, it wasn't, pleasing to the ear.
Yeah.
How long you been doing stand-up?
Since 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
No, it must be before that.
I did a little bit here and there before that, but I never considered, I was, in 2018, I was, because Josh had started, before me, and he was talking to me about the experience.
2018?
Yeah, in 2018, I did it for, a month, but I was just, messing around.
Where at?
Fire and Brimstone, E. Craig's old mic.
Okay, so I probably saw you at some point.
I think we met maybe the second time I was kind of playing around with it.
Oh,
In 2019, I did it because, you remember Jace Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Jace.
Yeah, me too. I was in an improv group with him, and he had
Okay.
the show Filibusters. And he asked me to be on there, and I was like, fuck. I wanted to find out what it was like to do stand-up so that I could properly, because it was a stand-up improvised set. So I started doing stand-up for a month to prepare for that.
Okay.
And that's all I did. Both times, actually, I wasn't really serious
Okay,
about
so
it.
in 2020, you started hitting it hard at Jimmy Matt.
Yeah.
The old
In
stomping
2020, I was
ground.
like, I want to fucking do this. Yeah. The other times, I was like, I'll just play around. But
What a bad time to do that.
yeah.
COVID
Well, part
was
of it
a
was
weird
the
one, man.
pandemic.
A lot of people came out of the pandemic. I can't believe, I must have seen you at Fire and Brimstone. With
Maybe. I know we met at some point.
Yeah, for sure. But how long were you doing improv before you started doing stand-up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I started improv 2018, summer.
Yeah, okay. So we
Yeah.
definitely met a few times at least.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It couldn't have been that. But I guess it was.
Yeah.
And it's 2024. I forget that.
Yeah.
So it's been.
I forget that too. Now, anytime
4 years.
somebody asks me, how long you been doing? I say 2020.
I don't
I'm
even
like,
want
fuck.
to tell them. I'm like,
It's been so long.
Too long, man.
When'd you start?
About 2015.
2015? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Coming up on 10.
Yeah, but I started in a weird way, not the way I think a lot of these young bucks start out, where I had never heard of an open mic or a podcast, really.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I was aware of podcasts in 2015
Yeah.
or cared. I was just hanging out at Swayze's, which was an all-ages music venue.
Yeah.
I was just a loser, pretty much. I was in a band, though, at least. So I was at least a cool loser. And so I was hanging out there all the time. And they used to do punk and poetry, which was a show. There was a record store inside of the venue for a while. And they would do a show where bands would play and poets would read poetry. And I saw one of the guys that used to hang out there do stand-up at Swayze's. He did 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Moose Moda. And that kind of inspired me. I was like, well, he's telling his jokes to nobody at Swayze's, so maybe I could do that too. And at least I would be able to perform on shows even when my band couldn't or didn't want to or whatever. I just wanted to be on shows.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I started out just messing around, just dicking around on stage when I really shouldn't have even been up there. And eventually the owner there, he just he liked me because if I was doing stand-up on a show, a few of my friends would come out, 3 or 4 of my friends would come and pay $10 to get in. And so he started just putting me on shows just to
Yeah.
get me and my friends to come hang out there.
That's awesome. And that's you've had him on the podcast, right?
Because we weren't such bad guys, I would get too drunk, but my friends would usually be cool and just hang out. Yeah, I had him on the podcast. He's a wild man.
I think I listened to. You had 2 episodes with him, right?
I think
I
there's
listened
3.
to both of them. He seems like a funny fucking guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a wild card for sure. But, love him or hate him, he kind of created a space for art. And a lot of artists came out of Marietta. There's like way more than I can even remember. Like a bunch of different. Well, Microwave most recently came out and is now signed to like the big pop punk alternative record label. And they're from Marietta. They used to play at Swayze's. We used to play on the same shows as them. And
awesome.
so I saw a lot of like the punk and hardcore bands come up through there. And that was just like a good experience.
Yeah.
Just because as like an angsty teen, it's good to go somewhere where everybody is singing sad and angry songs.
Yeah.
But those guys were the first wave of the Me Too movement. Remember when the Me Too movement came out? It was like Warped Tour bands that first got in trouble.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were all pedophiles. Satanic pedophiles.
Was that before it was like became like a public movement?
Yeah.
Man.
Look up Lost Prophets singer, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy. He really was satanic.
He like played at Swayze's?
He was like murdering babies, probably. I don't think he ever played at Swayze's, but Warped Tour bands were the first ones for like talking to underage girls, bringing younger girls into their tour bus, stuff like that, which bands have been doing for 2013, yeah.
Infants?
Yeah. Yeah, he was like killing babies and stuff.
Killing? Holy shit.
And his like girl was like down too. She was doing it with him, I think. This guy's from England though.
I also like
Welsh.
a sentence later increased by 10 months for having a mobile phone in prison. It feels like that's a small footnote to be front page.
Dude, one of the guys I worked with at Baldino's went to prison, and then I saw him posted on Facebook from prison on like a cheap cell phone.
That's funny, man. That's funny that prisoners have access to Facebook.
He was an interesting guy.
Yeah,
a fun guy to work with.
You worked at Baldino's?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you worked there. I knew you did shows there. But.
The sandwich mic.
Yeah, I wish I wasn't really doing comedy that much back then, so I never got to go. But I heard it was great.
Dude, it was rough.
Well, yeah,
it was one of the rougher.
I've heard it was like a bonding experience.
But hey, man, every now and then, all my friends would come hang out, and there would be like 30, 40 people in there, just like watching the open mic. Cool. So every now and then, it would hit, and because there was good space in there. It just wasn't the proper setting for a comedy show.
Yeah, a sub shop.
Yeah, but we just didn't care at the time. Like,
yeah,
I had already quit working there at that point, but my friend Corey was still working there, and he was like, "Yeah, let's just run the open mic here." And he used to hire he was like the manager for a while. He would just hire all the skateboarder kids, and everybody would just be skating on their shift when it was slow. So it was like a good environment. Like it was a good time.
Cool.
Fistface played at Baldino's one time.
Yeah. I didn't realize Fistface was that old. I thought you started that fairly recently.
Oh, man. Fistface. That's like Swayze's days old.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a newer project.
Well, there was an era like, okay, Fistface was the same as like the comedy. We were just fucking around. Like, bands would drop off a show or to get a flat tire and be late or something, so they would need somebody to like open up the show, and I would either do stand up or I would gather all the homies and do Fistface. And it was just like a ragtag, like put together like dumb band where they would just jam and I would just scream like hillbilly nonsense into the mic. And then from Baldino's, this guy Josh started working at Baldino's, and he was super into music and just a man's man. And so Josh started hanging out with us, and he could play all the different instruments too, drums and bass and guitar. So he was very just like kind of hillbilly like already, just for fun. And nice guy. But yeah, he loved to just drink beer. He's just a redneck, and so he was perfect for Fist Face, and that was the golden age of Fist Face. But he moved back to Ohio, where he's from. So yeah.
You guys ever talk about getting back together?
Yeah, his truck broke down, so he couldn't make it. But one of these days we'll get that thing turned over, and then she'll be singing the Lord's praises. So yeah, Josh was also recording all of the music, but now Corey has a shed. So all the music was originally recorded in Josh's shed. So now that Corey has a shed, the Fist Face Magic.
So that's a tradition.
Could be coming back. But yeah, Josh was also the fill-in bass player and manager of the band.
I mean, Trent's Unnamed Podcast could use some more music.
Actually, Fist Face is supposed to play Seven Fest at McCracken's.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Seven Fest World Tour at McCracken's
9-9?
9-9, yeah. But he wants me to be on top of the RV, which I think is doable.
Yeah.
And Fist Face is going to play.
Fuck yeah. Is that, how many people do you need for Fist Face?
Ideally, drums, guitar, bass.
That's it?
But since Josh is in Ohio, we might have to fly him in, which could be also doable depending on Josh.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I would love to have him fly in, but we'll see.
You going on the tour?
Tour?
The
The World
Fest?
No, I am not.
Your wife won't let you get away from the baby?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to be away from my baby in an RV.
Yeah.
With 5 other comics. I would love to, back in the day, before my daughter needed her father every day. Well, she's older, for sure. I'll do some dumb shit like that. I love dumb shit. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, yeah, not right now.
Yeah.
It's just too much right now, man. She's learning something new every day.
Yeah.
And I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. She'll go sleep at her grandma's house every now and then.
Yeah.
And I hate those nights. My wife will go sleep over there too, but I'm just like, so, somebody's taking care of her, but I just get like anxiety.
Yeah. How old is she now?
She'll be 11 months on the 28th.
Oh, shit. I didn't realize it's been so long.
Yeah. It goes fast.
Yeah.
But it's fun, man. And she's a sweet girl right now. I'm sure, all kids get a little bit, you gotta give them 1 or 2 of those every now and then. But right now, she's very sweet. She'll if she's holding something and or if she finds something and you don't want her to have it or whatever, you can be like, "Hey, can I have that?" And she'll just give it to you. Like,
oh, that's great.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, "Thanks," and she'll give you a big smile and clap her hands. So yeah. It's just like, so it's something new every day. She's like amazed by something every day. So then I'm amazed by her being amazed, and it's fun.
That's awesome.
You're married, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, start just blowing loads, man. It's fun.
Yeah. We'd like to have a kid at some point.
I say if you want to have them at some point, just do it, man, because you'll never be ready. You'll never be financially ready or mature ready until it happens, because it's like nothing can prepare you. There's nothing that anybody can say that can make you be like, oh yeah, it's time or whatever. That's how I feel, at least.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, like, we're not like trying, but we're trying.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like we're like trying to set a schedule.
Hey, everybody, obviously you have to go by what the woman is ready for.
Yeah, I think she's ready.
They're the ones that make it, right?
Yeah.
That's the hardest part too, is I think naturally, like, their body is kind of giving them signs to do certain things, even though it's really rough and I wouldn't want to go through it. Their body is kind of telling them like, hey, start getting ready because you're growing it inside of you. Whereas as the man, you're like kind of still doing some things normal. Like your life is still pretty much the same for a little while.
Yeah.
It doesn't really kick in. So you have to like really like set up some discipline and be like, here's how I'm going to help.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure I do these things so that I'm helping.
Yeah. When do you feel like it kicked in for you?
It took me a while.
Yeah.
I'm a quick learner and I'm a slow learner. Like I pick skills up fast, but then it takes me a while to master them.
Okay.
So yeah, it took me a few months. Yeah.
Cool.
And then I still suck. You know, I still am just like, there's a lot of things I feel like it kind of did like help me grow emotionally. Even though I made mistakes, it was like, wow, I didn't know that about myself. Like I didn't know I was such a dumbass piece of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
times I made mistakes, I felt so like, oh, I suck. Like I need to get better.
Yeah.
Which I think was good for me, for sure.
Yeah.
Kicked me into gear a little bit. So, but it is hard, and you do got to think about like, what are they gonna do during the day? Because you don't want to immediately just pop one out, throw it into daycare.
Yeah.
Right.
That's one of my like concerns because I don't know. I feel like I would like my wife to be able to not work and to be
Right.
able to take care of the kid.
But this damn inflation, man.
Yeah. You know, I got to figure out like a real fucking job to
Right.
get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, man, you're a smart guy. You could do a real job if you had
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
So
That's the biggest thing. Growing up and being like, fine, I'll do a real job.
but I say follow your passion, man. Well, does your wife support you? And I guess you can't really say if she doesn't.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. She supports me. She's
Going out all the time and
she doesn't like that so much.
debauchery.
She thinks that I should focus more on acting and making movies like I used to, which I do really enjoy. It's just, I don't know. It's a fucking hassle
You
to
always make comedy
make a
movies,
movie.
you know?
Yeah. It's just the only time I make a movie, it costs so much money. You have to get so many people together.
Money, man. Cameras and
Right.
all that
And it's like this long process to find out whether or not it sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You spend all this money and all this time, and then you're like, oh, this looks like shit.
Yeah. I should have taken this to an open mic first. They do have some stuff like that. I just found out recently about this thing called Kick the Ladder, where it's like every week you have an opportunity to make a 1-minute film.
Okay.
So it's kind of like an open mic for
yeah,
film in a way.
that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's harder than it looks, you know?
Yeah.
And then you see somebody on TikTok making a fucking 30-second lip sync video that gets 900,000 likes or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's the point of even making this movie for all this money?
Yeah. They're living off like shit like that. That's so wild. People like social media. I don't know what you call them.
I just don't
Stars.
like it, man. I understand it's a good way to make money and, do your thing, I guess. But I just don't like doing it. I don't like posting shit. I like living my life.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of times where I'm out somewhere and I'm like, yo, this is fucking sick. Like, what I'm doing right now is fucking awesome. I'm really enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I should post about this on Instagram. I should post a story or something. I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'm just going to be here in the moment. And so that's how I feel. And I don't know. I've never been good at social media. I kind of know how it works. Like, I know how to grow a social media account. I just think that's lame. And if you do stuff like that, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
I guess it's money, right? But
Yeah. I
What do
can't find the motivation. You know, I can't find like for
Same.
it comes down like, okay, I should do this, but I don't fucking feel like it. You know,
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm living my life.
And or I'll even forget. I'll be like, oh fuck, I forgot to do this thing.
Right.
Because I don't care to.
Yeah. Even with the podcast, sometimes it's hard. Like, I just don't want to sit down and edit on the computer because I'm running around. I'm doing mics. I'm doing shows. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with my daughter. I'm living my life.
Yeah.
But you got to do it, I guess.
Yeah. It's
Otherwise, people aren't going to know that you're out there. I have a friend who I was kind of coaching on this stuff a little bit for his like, just like silly videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, here's what you got to do. And he's been growing pretty quickly.
Okay. Cool.
So
Is he a local guy?
his name is Jake. He makes like he makes like parody song videos, and they're all pretty political. He's doing rage bait essentially.
Oh.
And he's getting tons of comments from like Trump supporters and stuff.
Man.
Like he's really getting them.
Man.
And yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, I was like, you got to post 3 videos a day. You got to just be pumping out content. You got to be just like putting videos on videos and like just doing all the dumb like clickbaity things, and it's working. He's growing over time.
Back whenever Josh and I were doing videos, man, it was 3 videos a week.
Yeah.
That's what I was fucking like, what we were learning. It was so long ago, and 3 videos a fucking day is crazy.
3 a day.
Yeah.
That's it. That's also what someone at TikTok told me is like how to get one to like 1 million views.
At TikTok? Like,
yeah, somebody who worked for TikTok.
Oh.
I like talked to them, and at the studio that Jeremy Bertarioni works at.
Oh, okay.
It's in Kennesaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting spot. I went there and went to like this whole like TikTok like seminar thing with someone that worked there, I guess. And it was interesting, but it wasn't really my thing. It was like how to sell products on TikTok.
Okay.
Like if you open up TikTok right now, they have this TikTok shop. It's kind of like Temu or whatever. It's like quick order Chinese bullshit.
Okay.
Like toys and clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So TikTok shop is like you can sell all these products. So if you go on TikTok right now and you scroll through like the home page a few times, you'll end up on like just an ad for something they're selling on TikTok shop but they do the ads through users who sign up for it and then sell the products online. So you could do it right. You could start selling products right now.
Man.
Yeah. And if you use the promo code Billy Podcast, then you get 10% off, man.
I don't even have a TikTok, to be honest.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, anybody can do it. Like, you can sign up, and then like Jeremy's studio is a sample center, so they have some of the products there. You can you can use their products.
Is it like a TikTok devoted studio he works at?
No, it's like this guy who did like cryptocurrency, and he had like a YouTube like podcast on crypto. Started this studio and like built it, and it has like a whole gym inside of it, and like he had a Lamborghini in there, and it was like wild. And then that guy, I think, was doing a bunch of blow and like cheating on his wife, if I'm not mistaken, doing like steroids and all kinds of stuff, and just having a good time, you know. He was going to the moon with Pete Davidson. Huh? Yeah, he was doing steroids in the workplace.
With a gym in the workplace, and nobody saw that coming.
Yeah, guy was living his life, you know. But I think his wife might have took a lot in the divorce, and so somehow his business partners ended up getting rid of that guy, and now the studio is just there.
Oh, okay.
I think they still do a bunch of like cryptocurrency like shows or something on YouTube, but it's called Hit Network. Whatever. Shout out to them. Hit Network. I think they have like 1 million followers or whatever, but it's not really up my alley. So
yeah.
Hit Network on YouTube. Look up Hit Network YouTube. There it is. Kennesaw.
The Hit Factory.
Kennesaw.
The Hit Factory's funny.
There we go. 107,000 subscribers. That's not bad, you know.
We should make a whole channel that just parodies it called The Shit Network.
This might be a different YouTube account, though. Look up BitBoy Crypto.
Yeah, it looks like the old one. 2 years ago.
Well, that's just the intro video, I think.
Oh, okay. BitBoy.
How many? Yeah, okay. Click on BitBoy. 100,000? That's not that much, man. We could get that many, and then we could get a big-ass studio with a bunch of steroids and a Lamborghini. I think he might have made some of that money off crypto, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's why he built the studio and shit. But who knows? Maybe he was just selling drugs. Could be. But I do know that if you want to do the TikTok shop thing where you play home shopping network for 8 hours, you can make good money if people buy your stuff.
Man.
They got a bunch of stuff. There's like a Game Boy. Comes with all the Super Nintendo games. You could play, what's it called? Goof Troop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like less than $100. You
Hell
get
yeah.
a Game Boy. It comes with like all the games.
Maybe I could finally
Already
beat it.
downloaded. Yeah.
That was the thing. Whenever I played Goof Troop, I was like, I could finally beat it. And I played it, got to the last fucking boss, and kept goddamn dying. So I've still never beaten it.
So even when you were house sitting, you still gonna be you
I was
might just
ashamed.
need
I was
to-
up till 3 in the morning, like, God damn it, I got to go to bed.
You might need to just watch a tutorial on that one. Watch the YouTube video on that one.
Yeah, I watched the tour, but it was like, it's one of those things where you get a limited amount of lives.
Yeah.
And so you got to make as many lives during the level as you can.
Right.
And then you need all of them.
Okay.
And so I went through it twice, and it was just such a long process that it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I got to go to bed.
Yeah. Well, man, thanks for coming through.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
That was a good time. You got anything coming up that you want to promote besides Shenanigans comedy show at Six Flags every day?
At Laughing Skull, I'll be there on the 25th with 25th of July with Josh Harris. We'll be roasting each other.
Nice. That'll be a good one.
Be my first roast.
What's the date on that?
July 25th.
All right, sick.
That'll be fun.
This might not. Oh, that's a month from now. This will be out. I hope.
Yeah. Shit, that is 1 month. Yeah.
All right. Andrew Chance, check him out. Thanks. Peace, y'all.